Good morning. Again, chapter number 3, Coordinate Geometry. Today, let's continue with some of the points of Cartesian system. In our previous lecture, we have learned what is Cartesian system. Now, there are a few more points which should be remembered. The first point, coordinates of a point on x-axis, means if in the Cartesian system any point lies on the x-axis, then what? So every point on the x-axis has 0 perpendicular distance from the y-axis. So its ordinate is 0. Thus, the coordinates of every point on the x-axis are of the form x0. Means suppose you can see, for example, I have given that point A which lies on x-axis. Yes. So it doesn't have any perpendicular distance from y-axis. So its value will be always 0. So we write as point A, because on x-axis it is -3. So we will write point A as -3, where value of x coordinate is -3 and value of y coordinate is 0. That is, ordinate is always 0 when the given point lies on x-axis. Another point, coordinates of a point on y-axis. Every point on the y-axis has 0 perpendicular distance from the x-axis. So its abscissa is 0. Abscissa, that is the x coordinate value, is 0. Thus, the coordinates of every point on the y-axis are of the form 0, 1. Here now, the value of abscissa, you can say the value of x coordinate will always be 0, and wherever the point lies on y-axis is taken as y value. For example, as you can see in the figure down, that point B which lies on y-axis, so its abscissa is 0 and ordinate is 2. That is, x coordinate value will be always 0 and y coordinate, as it is 2 on y-axis, so we take it as 2. So you have to remember this, that if the given point lies on x-axis, then its y value will be always 0. And if the given point lies on y-axis, then its x value will be always 0. Next, coordinates of a point at origin. Now, let's see also what are the coordinates of a point which lie on the origin, which are on the origin. The coordinates of origin is 0, 0. You can see here O is your origin and its coordinates will be always 0, 0, because it does not have any perpendicular distance from both the axes. Its perpendicular distance from the y-axis is also 0 and from the x-axis is also 0. So the coordinates, abscissa and ordinate is always 0, 0 of origin. Now, let's learn about the signs of coordinates in different quadrants. Yes, that is called conventions of signs of coordinates in different quadrants. In our previous lecture, we have seen that when x-axis and y-axis meet at originally perpendicularly, then we get 4 different quadrants. Now, if a given point lies in any one of these 4 quadrants, what is the possible sign of the coordinates? So first, if a point lies in first quadrant, then the point will be of form plus plus, as first quadrant is enclosed by positive x-axis and positive y-axis. That means that if the given point lies in first quadrant, then the value of x coordinate and the value of y coordinate or you can say the value of abscissa and the value of ordinate both will be a positive number. You can see in the figure down that first coordinate is the value of x axis is also positive and y axis is also positive. So we take x and y coordinate both value positive. Now suppose if a point lies in second quadrant, then the point will be of the form minus plus, as the second quadrant is enclosed by negative x-axis and positive y-axis. That is, if a given point is in second quadrant, then the value of coordinates, that is x coordinate and y coordinate, or you can say abscissa and ordinate, is here abscissa will be negative and ordinate will be positive. That is, value of x will be a negative number and value of y will be a positive number. Now for third quadrant, if a point lies in third quadrant, then the point will be of the form minus minus, as the third quadrant is enclosed by negative x-axis and negative y-axis. Yes, again, that if a given point is in third quadrant, then the value of coordinates both will have the negative sign. That is, abscissa will be also a negative number and ordinate will be also a negative number. Why? Because you can see in the third quadrant that here also x-axis is negative numbers and y-axis is also having negative numbers. Similarly, now for the last quadrant, that is if a point lies in fourth quadrant, then the point will be of the form plus minus, as it is enclosed by positive x-axis and negative y-axis. So in the fourth quadrant, you can say last quadrant, the value of abscissa is positive and the value of ordinate is negative, because here the x-axis is the positive direction only and the y-axis have negative direction only. So this is very important, as you can, if points are given and if you have to answer directly that in which quadrant the given point lie, then you can compare the sign and answer directly that in which quadrant the given point lies. Dear students, copy all this in your CW, and now we will solve exercise 3.1 in the next part of this session only.